Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. In this how to play video I'm going to take a look at Even Paladin. You may have thought that Even Paladin is off the meta and it's Baku and Odd Paladin that dominates, but let me tell you, Even Paladin is actually a pretty decent deck. In fact, I played this particular deck to Legend this season, it's my own build, with a more than 70% win rate. So it was performing very well for me indeed. This version of the deck is fairly aggressive and not very reliant on tokens, so you don't see anything like Drygal's Jailers over here, no Direwolf Alphas, nothing like that. It's just solid minions, some cycle, some buffs, and a lot of damage going straight to the dome. Having that 1 mana hero power means that you always have a turn 1 play, and then you move on to turn 2, and I'm running cards like Amani Berserker and Belated Beetle here, with that 3 health, so they are a bit stickier, a bit more difficult to get rid of. Alongside them I have Loot Hoarders for card draw, there's an Acidic Swampus for some weapon removal, and there's a Blood Mage Talnos. Talnos can play a variety of roles. It is a spell damage boost, and this particular list runs Consecrations, like all Even Paladins do, but also double Hammer of Wrath for cycle. And Hammer of Wrath deal 3 damage, that can become 4 damage with Talnos. So in some cases that difference is relevant, and Talnos actually enables you to remove stuff that you otherwise can't do. And Talons also gives you another card that cycles itself, so there's a bunch of cantrips for card draw in this build. Talnos, Loot Hoarders, Hammers of Wrath, and those are really there to ensure that you don't run out of resources too quickly. Like all Even Paladin builds, this deck is able to remove quite a few boards actually. There's no Wild Pyromancer shenanigans in this one, that's more for Control Paladin team. But there is Equality and Consecration, and you can also use Equality together with Avenging Wrath, because that can remove a board and push significant amounts of face damage at the same time. The main buffs are of course there, there's 2 copies of Blessing of Kings, so both your hero powers and all these cheap minions can become mage threats when buffed. This list tops out at 6 mana, it tops out at Valanier, and Valanier is a huge value engine for the deck. It's especially great when combined with Saronite Chain Gang, so then a single Silence or Polymorph cannot get rid of the effect, but it can also do a lot of things when combined with charge minions such as an Argent Commander. I have also opted to include the Glass Knight in this build, a very solid mid-game minion, keeping in the theme that this deck has good, sturdy minions and ways to deal face damage. Glass Knight is very difficult to get rid of. There's only limited ways to renew the Divine Shield with this list, basically it's just Drusilla Champion, but usually that's way more than enough. The deck obviously includes the Superstar Paladin legendary card Sunkeeper Tarim. There's 2 copies of Avenging Wrath for some more face damage, and as a text choice there are 2 copies of Spellbreaker. I've seen some lists running the Black Knight nowadays, but I don't like it anymore. It had its moments back when there were more big taunt minions in the metagame, but right now I feel that Spellbreaker is better suited for a deck such as this that caps out at 6 mana. So you play this deck like a mid-range deck. Against more aggressive decks you're on the defense, against more controlish decks you're the one who's attacking, and you just ramp up your threats and you keep applying pressure and eventually win. As for the mulligans with this deck, you're generally looking for your 2 drops, then a bit depends on the matchup, like you would keep an Equality against Warlock, you would keep Consecration against any sort of token builds, you would keep Valanier against any sort of slow decks, and decks that don't run silence, stuff like Druid especially. And against slow decks, often Tarim's also useful, as is Blessing of Kings. It's a relatively aggressive deck, but it doesn't rely on tokens and it doesn't create those tiny minions, but a bit of a sturdier board. So I think that makes it quite a lot of fun to play, and a bit different from many of the other things currently in the metagame. As always, I've prepared a bunch of gameplay material of this deck for you, so let's go take a look at Even Paladin climbing the legend. I'll keep the Tarim. It might come in handy against the Druid. There's also a considerable chance that Tarim just can't do much. We'll see.
We
Haha, Druid, we have turned our curse into our strength. Did you not know that? He kept one card. He has the coin. Coin Wild Growth. I don't want to spend my ooze yet, because it could be a melee druid. Thing is, melee druid can potentially beat me. Or do I want to get the minion that's more likely to stick on the board? I guess I'll go for the minion that's more likely to stick on the board now. Next turn is anyway going to be the other 2-drop and hero power. This druid is like, what? Why didn't you coin the Wild Growth? He wants to coin Nourish next turn. Oh. Well, that's a reason not to coin Wild Growth. And then the turn after he can swipe before I get to play Tarim. Ouch. 1 turn before I get to play Tarim. Of course he can also swipe now, but swiping now is not that effective. It does remove 6 power from the board, obviously. Okay, cool with that. I'm cool with that. Let's draw first. I could do the hammer, but I don't think I will. I think I'm doing this and hitting him in the face a little bit. Okay. Next turn is Glass Knight hero power, probably. Because now he should be nourishing, right? What is the coin for? He has to have a plan for that coin. Is that plan something like a Master Oak Heart? What is the plan with the coin? I still do not know. And I would be lying if I said it doesn't bother me a little bit. Glass Knight, let's go. Remove armor. I can renew the Divine Shield on this actually, because I am damaged and I have True Silver Champion equipped. Now, is he going to coin Lich King? No, he's going to coin a Primordial Drake. Oh, man. So it's Taunt Druid then. He's likely to have a swipe. So there's a bit of a problem in that I hit that and then I kill it with the Glass Knight. I could also do Talnos Hammer. Renew the Glass Knight's armor. He can of course hero power into it and swipe or something. I think I'll give that a try anyway. Let's give this a try. Push a little bit of damage here. He did Talnos Hammer. Yeah, that's what I did. Oh boy, more taunts. Yeah. Taunts are good for you. That's a weak play. I like it. That's stronger, I don't like that. No! He kills my beautiful knight. I suppose this is a Tarim turn. Do I sacrifice my spell power for a draw? I don't think I do yet. I don't think I do. He's pretty low on cards. He can't Hadronox Naturalize yet next turn. I have no way to kill him next turn though. Avenging Reticle is going to be so satisfying this game, hopefully, yeah. Drowsy. Hi, yeah. Back is a lot better now. I think I'll Tarim this turn. But I don't kill off my Talnos yet. I don't need the draw immediately. And I think I like having that spell damage available. So next turn there could be... This turn has to be silence on this one, right? And then we push. Then we push very hard. I can push 9. Is Equality Avenging Wrath lethal? Equality Avenging Wrath, 9 plus 9 is 18. It's lethal. Okay. Then we do that. Then we do this instead. Okay. I think this was better. Yeah. I think I'll try with this line. Maybe he doesn't pick up the counter spell. Maybe he's Murloc Mage. This is good against Murloc Mage. Well, Glass Knight is good here. In this matchup or in this deck? I don't know yet. It's addition for two Knights build. But it was in Meaty's build. I didn't play Meaty's build, but that was part of Meaty's build. He mulliganed all the cards. So let's see. This is also a good card to throw into explosive runes, but I really need the tempo. I'm beginning to... well, this turn we should see if it's Big Spell Mage. It's actually Big Spell Mage. That's pretty painful. Yeah, this deck is not a real winner against Big Spell Mage. So I have a couple of alternative lines here. One is to let him clear this board. The other is to use Equality to kill the Doomsayer. But my board will be extremely weak. And then I don't have Equality for a long game against some of his bigger threats. What is he going to play next turn? He plays something like a Stonehill Defender. If I play my Equality now, well, I can't even push through the Stonehill. I think I need to just push face and let this go. Because if I spend my Equality here, I still don't push through the Stonehill. Stonehill wrecks my entire board. So... just not worth it. Oh no! Not good, not good. Too many spells drawn. I keep these cards because I was afraid of Tempo Mage, and I thought that would help. I would never keep these cards if I knew I was up against Big Spell Mage. So there's that. Darkane Schemesmith is really annoying. He can have Counterspell. So many good things he can have. All of these are good stuff. Frozen Clone is even scary. He contemplated trading here, so I think we're just jamming the Consecration here and see what happens. He got the Counterspell. Feels bad, man. Well, if he gets the Counterspell, he gets the Counterspell. It's not that likely to get any individual spell with that, so it's fine. He has stuff like Polymorphs. Now he gets to the turns where he can play his AoE spells. I'm going to be floating mana anyway. I think I'll make a 5/5 instead of making 3 minions that die to Meteor. I'm way beyond caring about ranks and stuff. That's an interesting proposition. I managed to top deck the Valanier. Who would have thought? So I just push face with the Valanier, right? Let these minions die. I try to get the Valanier buff on the Chain Gang. If I can draw a 2-drop next turn, that can happen. Or a non-minion card. I really need to get it on the Chain Gang because he has Polymorph. But yeah, I think I'm just equipping the Valanier here. But I'm pushing 9 to face. Because there's also a chance that I simply kill him with the Avenging Wrath in the near future. He can heal. He has the Artificer in hand because he played the Piper. So he's going to be able to heal some. He might even have double polymorph. But I just need to push. Okay, and I need the Valanir buff on the Saronite Chain Gang. So I have 12 damage here. I'm 2 off. We maybe should have held Valanir charge. No. No, 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 no.
Should I?
We're in the business of killing him. In case we top took a minion that he played the minion wanted to kill. I can kill a minion. I can kill any minion. The real question is, do I just jam the Avenging Wrath this turn? Put him down to 6. Tarim is the other option. I guess I'll go for the Tarim line. Let's go for this. I was thinking of ways to set up lethal for next turn. That he would have trouble dealing with his Artificer. Hi, Shizen. But I couldn't figure out a way. So then the second best line was to ensure that the Valanir charge goes to the Chain Gang. I know he has Blizzard in hand. And I know he has Artificer in hand. I didn't know that he had double Artificer in hand. That's 12 armor. That's really annoying. I think it was 13-17 with top deck a minion last turn. Yeah, but almost half of those minions were 2-drops, and I could have played Tarim and a 2-drop. 3, 4, 5, 6. There were 6 2-drops in the deck. Do I try to kill those off with an Avenging Wrath? Do we kill just one, leave another one up? I think I need to kill just one. I think killing just one is the line here. And hope he doesn't have 2 polymorphs in hand. He is halfway through his deck. I haven't seen any polymorphs. What are the odds that he has 2 polymorphs in hand right now? Those have got to be pretty low. Well, now he has a Flame Strike in hand. And he is at 28, so that was a lot of healing. Argent Commander. He can Flame Strike and kill the Argent Commander. Flame Strike takes away 1 charge from True Silver Champion. I want the Argent Commander to be the only minion in hand. Do I get value buff an Argent? Yes, that's exactly what I'm trying. I have another Consecration in the deck. I have another Avenging Wrath in the deck. I can do Avenging Wrath now. Without the equality. It is fairly likely to wipe out those minions and stop the armor gain. And now Argent Commander is the only minion in hand. So if he wipes this board, I get Valanir in hand and 1 Valanir buff goes to the Argent Commander. Or 2 if he wipes the board and then plays Ooze. Wiping the board and then playing Ooze would actually be pretty strong. Because I have only 1 minion in hand right now. He's at 24. I have 12 coming right here. And I need to keep a minion in hand. So that a single... Yeah, I need to keep a minion in hand. So Argent Commander goes face, Valanir goes face. Die Hero Power. I could have landed both Valanir buffs on the Argent Commander. if I replaced Valanir with True Silver Champion. But I think this is better. This means he can't play Jaina. But now probably there's going to be one polymorph. And there is. But that's all. So I have enough damage again. Okay. I might try something like this. I'm a little bit out of focus now. Undecisive on the way to play this game. And it's an odd rogue, so he's going to come to my face and fast. He mulliganed all the cards, which is good. Like here, if I had Berserker or Beetle, that would be so much better than having the Loot Horde. I probably made a mistake. I tried to think of Miracle, but I think that is incorrect. I made a mistake here. I used this over Hero Power because I need the card draw. If he has the Tug, he doesn't have the Tug. That's a piece of good news. That is truly a piece of good news. And Sarana Chengang dies and doesn't do anything. I think I'm going to have to call in a hammer on the tree. See if I can find something, but I don't believe right now. Doesn't look good. My mulligan was not correct against an odd rogue. I needed to mulligan must... Oh. That's pretty painful. I suppose I need to silence it away. But this gives him time to find the Tug. Not good, not good. Death Speaker? Really? Next turn he can play the... Oh dear, oh dear. Nasty stuff coming all the time. Has to be the Chain Gang this turn. Death Speaker, nice inclusion. This was played in Zoo once upon a time. I didn't really think it would be played in Odd Rogue, but apparently it can also be played there. So I have the Equality Consecration available. Well, this looks more like just a Consecration. I'll try to hold on to the Equality a little while longer. Because I can potentially use the Equality with some other clear card. At least with 2 power on the board. That's not ideal. Because he can have Cold Blood. He can have another Fungal Mancer. It's not ideal, but I think I'll go for this line. Try to hold on to Equality because I can top deck an Avenging Wrath or another Consecration. And then Equality Avenging Wrath clears, but Avenging Wrath alone probably does not. Also, if I ever get any minions to stick, Equality gives me trades. But if he has another Fungal Mancer here, for example, that would be really strong. That luckily is a little less so. No time to play it again, right? One option I have is to use the Argent Commander to kill the Vilespine Slayer. Then I can only use a hero power in addition to that. That's not strong enough. I think I need to go wide with these. This might set up for some kind of equality opportunities. Or it might not. We'll see. Bladed Beetle's giving me some much needed health in this matchup. Really enjoy the inclusion of this card. It's still hard. He has a couple of cards that have been in his hand for a long time, so I have reason to believe he has stuff like Leroy, another Vile Spine, or Cold Blood in hand. Would he have played Cold Blood already? No, I guess he played the Blessing of Kings when he had a good chance to do that. That was the best turn for him to Cold Blood something. Now that's an interesting move. But isn't that a... I don't think I fully get the purpose of this move. So I have the option to use Talnos to draw. Or I can use a Amani Berserker to try to get some hold of the board. All my healing is gone, all my taunts are gone. So this is it. I need to use the Amani. And Argent Commander will kill that one. Because this one at 2 health can be killed more easily than the 3/3. I could have tried with the Talnos. That was so good, that green skin now, because it allowed him to kill the... Oh. Now I need to get something. I get the Consecration. Beautiful. This is an equally Consecration turn. It has to be. Do I need to play the Talnos because I need to draw more cards? Talnos dies to stuff like Fan. The alternative is to play the Amani. Then I can't draw. I need to play the Talnos. I need to play the Talnos because I need to draw more cards. But I'm down to 18 already. And if he has stuff like Leroy and Cold Blood... I mean, I just can't deal with... Right now, with these cards, I can't even deal with the Leroy. He could Leroy my face and I... probably couldn't deal with that. He's wasting 3 damage on a 1/1. That's a piece of very good news. But this, on the other hand, is some bad news. I don't know what the mistakes refers to. One card that has been in his hand since the beginning. Has to be Leroy, right? 5 and 16, 17. I'm dead to Leroy Coldblood if I don't kill the Edwin. I have to kill the Edwin. Let's kill the Edwin first. Ouch. Had the True Silver Champion as an out. Oh, this feels bad. I think I actually need to do this. I need to challenge his life total right now. He can't have 20 with 2 cards. And I can top deck stuff like Avenging Wrath. I know there are risks. I know. I might be dead next turn. I would need 3 to go face. Can we get 3 to go face? I can't get 3 to go face. I still need to hit face. I can top deck another Avenging Wrath, or I can top deck Hammer of Wrath. Unless he can do something now. He gets a Blink Fox. Does he get a healing card? He gets a healing card! No! Unbelievable. Unbelievable game. He got a healing card. And it also charged. Can I get a weapon? I can get an Argent Commander! And it's so weird. Maybe I can try with this hand. Let's see.
We have turned our curse into our strength.
Yep, our curse. Oh, it's even Shaman. Okay. Then this is going to be interesting. Oh, Healing Totem is so good if he has a buff for that. So now if he has a Flame Tongue Totem, I think I need to go in the Beetle. Because this way Direwolf Alpha doesn't do anything. It's only the Flame Tongue Totem. Flame Tongue Totem kills this, but this one also dies. And then I can play Ooze. And hope he can't answer that, because the Flame Tongue Totem would be alone on the board. But he could also have the 2-mana card with the Battle Cry. Which could be a problem. Take that one down. Play another Beetle. Because he could have the 2-mana card that has the Battle Cry to deal 2 damage. I don't want to play Ooze into that. These are much less convenient for him in that regard. That's Earthen Might, by the way. That's going to be annoying. Makes this into a 2-4. Well, a 2-4 can't still kill anything. And he can't play Earthen Might and Direwolf Alpha on the same turn. Now he could play Earthen Might on this one to turn it into a 3-3. Yeah, that's decent enough planning. So I want to preserve my minions. So I want to kill that one. I want to play this one. And the hero power. And this goes face. Because he doesn't have AoE. Next turn I have the option to play Blessing of Kings. He could answer with a Hex. But that's not that great. And I have some throwaway stuff here too to kill things. Okay. Well, this might end up killing a bunch of stuff. If he gets the juggles right, and he does. Oh no. That was a very solid turn. So now I need to kill the Knife Juggler. And I need to play the Saronite Chain Gang. Because Saronite Chain Gang challenges these minions now. Now he could play a Sea Giant. And I can't tar him yet this turn. But Sea Giant still takes everything from him. So it's not that great necessarily. He should have played Hero Power into Sea Giant besides, because Hero Power is always free with the Sea Giant in that deck. Do I go wide? I believe I go wide and then I go Tarim. He would want totems, yes. Yobo, could this deck use some 8-drops too, or are they big guys? No. They're a bit too slow for this particular deck. Well, I could equality my way through this. He could have Fire Elemental, for example. So I think I'm just jamming a white board over here. Instead of going with any equality plays yet. We just jam the Ooze. And we jam the Amani. And we jam the Hero Power. So I have the equality as an option later. Or if I happen to have a good board control position, I can also go with Tarim. There are multiple things he can do if he has those Battle Cry minions. Mudspark Eel is the name of the card. So he could use that to, like, for example, kill the Saronite, then Sea Giant could kill the Amani. Definitely ways he can go here. If he has multiple, even better. No, Lich King's not better than Hammer of Wrath, because you need the cycle. Now he kills the Amani. Well, with 2 mana he can't kill the Amani from hand. But if he also has the Mudspark Eel, that's going to be very, very strong. That's good. And he's playing an even deck, so with that 1 mana he's not going to be able to play anything. Sea Giant is not that cheap. You always kill the Amani here, right? Why would you kill something else? This is probably my Tarim turn. Because I can take a value trade here, then I can Tarim to trade away these two. Yeah, I think this is a Tarim turn. We got the value trade and then we take those trades. Not the biggest board I could have had. Some weaknesses to stuff like Fire Elemental, because he could Fire Elemental the Ooze. But if his last turn was Phoenix, then I don't think he has a Fire Elemental coming right now. So I could silence the Direwolf. Just for an example. If I silence the Direwolf, I take value trades on these two. And I get to develop a bunch of minions. I think I like that. I could silence one of these taunts, then I also get a value trade here. This one goes down to 4. I think I like silencing the Direwolf now.
Your magic shall not save.
Let's silence that one. Then I'll take the value trades. And I can play Amani and Hero Power. He's already played one Sea Giant, so his ability to punish white boards is limited. He has stuff like Alakir, he still has the Flame Tongue Totems. There are a couple of cards that have been in his hand for a long time. Yep, it was the Alakir. I guess, well, now he can take the Amani down. That's still not great for him. No matter which one you trade, it's not going to be awesome. Amani is the best, I think. Because that makes it so that I would need to trade with the 4-3. Alternatively, I could use Blessing of Kings to take a value trade. Then I will have a 5-2, 4-3, 3-1. Or I take the trade with that one and I play again and Hero Power and I have 3-1, 6-5, 1-1. I think there's still some value in holding on to the Blessing of Kings. He could have Hagata. I don't want to make my board too vulnerable. I want to have a minion on the board that survives Hagata. So even though playing it like this means that there are 3 minions that die to Hagata and only one that survives, then at least there is one that survives. So that's the consideration here. Go with the Fire Rally. Okay, he does get pretty wide. This card that he has been holding on the entire game. Yeah, well, usually not enough Silver Hand Recruits for Light Fuse Decadent to be any good. Not in this build. This is not a Light Fuse Decadent build. There are other builds that are like that. I can't do Argent Commander Blessing of Kings yet. That's too bad, because I will stay weak to Hagata. I guess I just have to accept that. I do want to kill this one. And I want to kill that one. And I believe I'm also killing this one. Plays around Flame Tongue Totem. That one card that has been in his hand since the beginning. But if it was Hagata, wouldn't he have played it already? Because he would like to get value from the minions he gets. So what card would he keep from the beginning and not play at all? I truly wonder. And the answer is Argent Commander. Interesting. That is very interesting. I cannot build a very Hagata-proof. Well, the Argent Commander with Blessing of Kings would survive Hagata. That could also be a Hex. Well, that's a recent card. So I don't really have a read what it is. I can also spread my power a little bit here. Because Argent Commander is enough to take down that Argent Commander. So I can do it like this. Then I have the option to kill the Wrath of Air Totem. Or to start going face. I think I'm wiping the board. Okay, but he is inevitably going to get closer to Haggard at some point. Let's just spread my power around a little bit so that Hex is much weaker now. Haggard is really the only card that's good. Well, now he can have a good card. If I use Equality, do I sacrifice 2 Fortunes into the Lich King? I think I will. I do Horde, play this. I keep removing the minions for now. There is an argument to be made for dealing face damage. Lich King card, Obliterate. That's a nice one.
This curse has become our greatest
Again also. Alright. Who would I find Valanir? Okay. Let's draw a card first. See what I get. If I get like Hammer of Wrath, I'm going to use it on this one. Choose a champion. Not the card I was looking for, but we'll roll with whatever we've got. So this is how we go. The problem is that he runs Hex. He runs double Hex in that deck, so I would need to get this charge on a Serenite Chain Gang to be safe. And now he also found the Haggard finally. Is there something I need a silence for? He has one card in hand. Can that card be Hex? There's a pretty decent chance that it's exactly Hex. I could have waited with the Valanir and went with the Choose a Champion here instead. That was an option. Do they all run Haggadah in standard? I mean Shamans? Yes, pretty much. I played Even Shaman a little bit, but Haggadah actually didn't win me any games. And overall in statistics it's one of the worst cards in the deck. But there are some specific games where it just turns the game around. Is that a Hex in his hand? I think I'm going to take my chances here. I think I'm going to take my chances. Let's see if he has Hex. Because he's very, very low on cards, and that card hasn't been in the hand for a long time. Okay, then the randomness begins. Then the randomness has begun. I could try with Hammer of Wrath. Let's try Hammer of Wrath here. Oh, that's a Consecration. I think I like a Consecration here. Who doesn't like a good little Consecration? And kill off that one and push 8 to face. Let's start challenging his life total. 2 random spells, 1 top deck card. Top deck is the Hex. Well, Hex was going to come sooner or later. I have 12, I have a 13 from hand, right? Yep, that's 13. That's a nice lethal. Boom. We got it. Phew. So this is a zoo, right? I have to believe that chip damage and Consecration can kill their board. But if they have the Fungal Enchanter, it might not.
We have turned our curse into
It's even.
our strength.
She's on the next WoW patch, the artifacts don't work anymore. They already don't work anymore. They were disabled in the pre-patch which came out on Wednesday. The artifact effects are gone. The stat squish is live. Your gear is now around item level 200. All the talents from the new expansion are live. It's a brand new world. Everything is changed. He really wants to get the giant down on 3, right? Looks like he does. There's not a whole lot I can do to deny him. I don't have an equality either. This matchup, I played this matchup a lot. If I have equality, I win. If I don't have equality, I lose. That's the way this matchup has worked. Is that a good or bad thing? I guess it depends on your point of view. So I could kill this giant. Is it ever going to be enough that I just kill the giant? But if the giant starts hitting me in the face, that's pretty nasty too. I think I'm throwing all the damage to face. Might be a bit risky. And obviously it is a bit risky. Defile is great here. The 4-mana 7/7 not so great. Second giant. Oh, and then coin ooze. Now that's interesting. 16 plus 3. That's 19 damage. He has lethal set up here with Hellfire. If I push 8, I put him down to 6. But I don't have a lethal setup. Against the double giant play, if I had started trading into the giants, I would always lose. So this is the only line I can take here. And hope that something good comes out of this. Well, this is a very close one. He can't kill me with Hellfire now. Are you telling me he chose to kill himself?
Your magic shall not save.
He chose to kill himself. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more.